This is a tower defense game that has some cool elements going for it. The first thing is it changes things up in terms of the perspective that you'll be playing as. Usually in these types of games you play as the humans, defending against waves of enemies, usually monsters or anything of the like, but here you're actually playing as the aliens defending against humans that are coming in to take out your ships. The game allows you to put up a bunch of towers along enemy routes that they show you as they're getting to your base. What's really neat here is that you can effectively close off routes from the enemies. So they'll show you what paths they're coming in after each wave, so you kind of know where they're going to come in from. But you can block off certain paths if you put up 2 towers and then produce a wall between them. The enemies will not go past the wall, they'll go and try and find another route. What's good here is you can kind of use this to effectively create some really good choke points to be able to take out the enemies. Now after you've set up your initial towers and you kind of have a baseline strategy ready, when the attack phase starts, what's neat here is that you can put up additional towers if you get more materials, and materials are dropped by enemies whenever you defeat them, but you need to quickly grab them up or they'll go away, and then you can use that energy to upgrade your towers or put up new ones. But what's also neat too is during this phase you can also attack the enemies yourself. So the game is a tower defense game mixed with a twin stick shooter. You'll use your ship as a means to deal more damage to the enemy's forces, but what is interesting is you use your ship basically in tandem with the towers that you've put up to attack the enemies. So you can't really rely on just one asset of the game, just, oh, I'm gonna just keep building towers, focus on that, and never attack the enemies, or I'll just be the twin stick shooter type and never build any towers. You won't win that way. You have to juggle both of those aspects of the game. This really does turn the levels into an eventful dance of building towers to slow down your enemies and then destroying them, while also at the same time collecting energy from your defeated foes and using your ship to then take out the rest of the enemies. The levels will throw some new enemies at you at different waves so that you need to then change up your strategies. In some cases, they will actually destroy your tower, so you need to kind of rethink a certain process that you had already going into it. The combat is fun and satisfying, and what really adds to the satisfaction of destroying your enemies are that everything breaks in the game. So if you're blowing up a building, what's neat is pieces of the building start flying and breaking everywhere. If you take out these large structure buildings, you have to blow out like the full floor, and then it kind of topples over, and in some cases it acts as this like big piece of rubble that will block a route for an enemy, so you can kind of play that into your strategy too. Almost every enemy will blow up into all these big pieces going everywhere, so that just adds to the satisfaction and the fun of actually shooting them. What's also good too is that it's just overall very satisfying building your towers, shooting your enemies, enjoying the gameplay. Overall the game is fun and provides a decent amount of levels and then upgrades that you learn after completing those levels, so it does give you some stuff that you're earning while you're playing. You can play the game in local co-op, which is always a plus. I do think that the difficulty needed some tweaking, as normal can be rather tough in the beginning, and then I switched it to easy for a bit, and easy just seems a bit too easy. I wish there was like a mode in there that was just not as easy, but not as hard as normal. Regardless, I'd say that this is worth your time, especially if you like tower defense games. I would recommend this game, especially on a sale. For right now it goes for 20 bucks, but if you're someone who really enjoys tower defense games, I think you'll get a lot out of it, where they kind of combine twin stick shooters and tower defense games into one game, and the production values are particularly good, especially in the graphics department whenever you're blowing anything up. So those are my quick thoughts on this. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other ones, and I'll see you next time.